The views and opinions expressed by the guest author or speaker during this live session are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views of Reader's Magnet. The content shared is for informational purposes only and does not constitute endorsement or promotion of any particular belief, ideology, or product.
Hello, authors, book lovers, and storytellers. Welcome to another awesome day here at RM Hive, and you're tuning in to Reader's Magnet featured author interview. I'm your host, Revan, and our featured author today has turned a lifetime of experience in animal care, training, and education into a mission to keep children safe around dogs. Through engaging stories, told from a dog's perspective, she helps young readers and families build understanding, prevent dog bites, and strengthen the bond between children and their canine companions. Her work combines education, compassion, and storytelling to make an important message both memorable and fun. She is the author of our featured book today, Axxel The Ambassador. Piper Gets a Baby Brother. Let us all welcome the very beautiful Mariah Leal. Hi, Mariah. Thank you for joining us here today.
Hi.
How are you?
Hi, Ravon. I'm so excited to be here. And this is just, terrific.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
very
And
happy.
for all our viewers out there, right here, posted between us is actually the book. So I believe you can find this one on Amazon. And Mariah, I just want to ask, can you
Not
tell us?
on Amazon.
Oh, it's not on Amazon. So
No.
where's this?
It would be
Where
on
is
my
this from?
website.
It's on her website, and I
Yes.
believe the website is www.mariahlealauthor.com.
Correct.
So once again, the book is available on her website. That's www.mariahlealauthor.com. And Mariah, can you tell what is this book about?
Well, this book basically is if you're considering getting a second dog for your household. And although in my other books we go over bringing up a puppy and, having your first dog, there are some different training things and that you have to do when you bring in a new dog. So it basically, through the eyes of Piper, who got her baby brother, she has questions, will mom love me as much as the new puppy? In a lot of ways, I write it through the dog's eyes so that children can understand, and it would be questions that they would ask their parents if they were getting another brother or sister. So, we go through bringing home the new puppy, who was Axxel, and, the introductions, and then how training has to start when you first get the puppy at day one, just with basic things. And they have to learn how to, not invade on each other's boundaries, like with feeding, with things like that. And also, they have to learn that there are going to be times when one of them goes in the car and the other one has to stay home. And so we can't have any destruction or constant barking when one is left home and the other one goes. So it's basically all about, bringing them up together. I also do touch on if you decide to rescue a dog from a shelter. And this came about because my mom had passed away and she had a rescue dog, which we took in. And he had some issues. So from my other books, the questions people learn to ask a breeder or, somebody that has a litter, you need to ask the same questions to the shelter. And sometimes the shelter won't know if this dog has any issues, and you won't find out till you have the dog in the house, such as fear of thunderstorms or if they were abused, if they have any issues. So in this book, we got to experience bringing a puppy in with the existing dog and then also bringing an adult rescue in.
Mm-hmm.
So we cover both ends, which was an unfortunate situation turned into a good teaching part for the book because we could cover both sides from personal experience.
Yes. You know what? I love how you said that the book is about, in the perspective of a dog in the book, and that
Mhm.
there are different dynamics between the two dogs in there. And then people can actually get to see that every dog also has a story to tell. And I love how you put the story that way. So, Mariah, what or who inspired you to write this book?
Well, actually, my first service dog, Piper,
Mm-hmm.
inspired me. I had been in the animal field all my life. I was a vet tech. I had a grooming business and I did training.
Mm-hmm.
And I also showed my own dogs. So dogs were part of my life from the beginning. I was an only
Mm-hmm.
child from a single parent home, and I was a latchkey kid.
Mm-hmm.
So I came home alone after school, and my dog was there. And that did wonders for me. So when I was in a head on collision, they told me I couldn't
Mm-hmm.
work anymore. I didn't want my knowledge and experience to go to waste. And I
Mm-hmm.
didn't want to just sit around and vegetate. So I contemplated for a couple of months on what would be the best thing that I could do to use my
Mm-hmm.
experience and knowledge. And we have such a high number of dog bites with children in
Mm-hmm.
this country that something needed to be done about that. So Piper was my dog. She was great with everybody, and she inspired me, and her and I took on the mission together. So,
I love that, the book does not only tell a story, but it's also educational in the sense that it prevents, a lot of kids to, get dog bites everywhere. Because sometimes, if you don't know the dog, it could be very dangerous. So this one actually, helps the readers to take in mind, to be more gentler with the animals as well, because that we don't provoke them. And I love that this is really educational as well, to have a bond with the dog. And I miss my dog already. No, I'm back at home, so it misses me so much
yeah.
always. So,
And the,
so
the, the funny thing is, in the statistics that I researched, and I've always been,
mm,
concerned with the number of dog bites with children, is that 80% of the bites that children get are from dogs they know. So that's either the
mm-hmm,
family dog, a friend's
true.
dog, or a relative's
Yes.
dog. So they kind of both need to be given boundaries with the other, the dog and the
Mm-hmm,
child. So, yeah, it's very important. And the number two reason children visit the ER is dog
mm-hmm.
bites. So it
Yes.
is a big issue.
Yes. You know what? I'm learning so much from this conversation already. So, what do you think your readers will take away after reading this book?
They'll be able to understand more what a dog is feeling, what they're
Mm-hmm.
thinking,
True.
um, how it affects them like it does human members of the family. So like when
Mm-hmm.
you add a baby, yeah, there's questions, there may be a little jealousy,
Mm-hmm.
things like that. But also with the rescue that we took in, he had been
Mm-hmm.
terribly abused, and we didn't find out some things till later on. And you have to learn how to deal with that. And
Mm-hmm.
basically, each dog is an individual. The same training methods, the
True.
same, the way you handle the dog is different, just like it is
Yes.
with children. So, and a lot of references in my earlier books when
Mm-hmm.
Piper was growing up. Um, it encourages children to be able to go to their parents to ask
Mm-hmm.
things, because that's what she does in her other books. So,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm glad I was able to find a way of putting nonfiction into a delightful story form.
Yes. Yes.
And
And
now I have adults buying them.
yeah.
Yeah. And because there is so much good information in there. So,
True. True. And it's backed by research. I love that as well.
yes.
So, and are you planning to make a sequel for this book?
There will be another book, and it will be involving Axel. Piper,
Mm-hmm.
unfortunately, we lost.
Mm.
But Axel now has a baby sister, because he's my service dog now and he's
Mm-hmm.
getting older. So she will be taking over for him.
Mm-hmm.
But the experience that we're going through right now,
Mm-hmm.
which is a form of a natural disaster, not that I
Mm-hmm.
would be comparing it to Katrina or any of the big, you know,
Mm-hmm.
things that have happened, but being displaced from your home and not
Mm-hmm.
knowing what's going on and how the dogs react, that will definitely be included in the next book. As well as I want to focus on the positives
Mm-hmm.
that a dog can bring to the family unit
Yes.
and children,
Yes.
etc. So,
And that's
yes,
very
that.
important. It's very important, to have the positivity in there so that a lot of people, because the positivity itself can actually can make a great impact to the next generation. Because this is for the children, and they actually get this information, and when they grow, they also pass it down to the next generation. And I love that this is already, for me, this is already creating impact, and I'm so excited for other readers to also open the pages and get to know more about the story of Axel and this one with Piper as well. So, what lessons will your readers learn from this book?
Basically, that you want to always be positive when
Mm-hmm.
you're training a dog. You want to set boundaries. You want to set boundaries for the children in your home
Mm-hmm.
as well as the pet. Um, Basically, that everybody in the family has to be involved, and
Mm-hmm.
they should all follow the same protocol as far as using the same commands for the dog, and taking them out on a schedule. And once you do all of that early on, and socialization is a very, very big part
True.
that a lot of people don't do the best job with.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, they're going to take away a lot about what really makes a well adjusted, well trained, and socialized member of the family. And
Mm-hmm.
then by having that, you can go to so many different events for fun.
Mm-hmm.
And that helps bring the family unit closer, because a lot of times you have both parents working, kids
Mm-hmm.
have their activities. But here's something that the dog brings that family unit together, and you can go
Yes.
do fun activities.
Yes. And I
So,
agree to that because that's what our dogs are also doing. They bring us together, and because they're so fun, they're very energetic, and we are going all and we lose energy, but they're always there filling in the energy, and we also get their energy. And I so love our dogs, and this story is actually reminding me of my dogs back at home as well. And thank you for this story today, Mariah. So right now, I wanna give the spotlight to you. Tell us where we can find your book, and about other projects that you're working with, or if you have other books that you want to promote.
yes, I do. I actually, like I said, didn't want to sit around when I couldn't physically work.
Mm-hmm.
So at that point, with Piper being um, my inspiration, I did a 5-book series, that
Wow.
as a
Love that.
whole is called The Adventures of Piper.
Mm-hmm.
But each book, it takes you through the day I brought her home
Mm-hmm.
to the time of her first birthday. So
Mm.
these books I had written, we have Piper Gets a New Home, Piper's First Experiences, Piper Goes to School, Piper's Growing Up, and Piper's Book of Celebrations. And
Mm-hmm.
it was nice because she was born in January. So the books take you from January to January when she
Mm-hmm.
turns a year. And she also inspired me because she was so um, well trained and socialized. And I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but I've been doing this a long time and
Mm-hmm.
also updating with continuing education courses, etc. She was so good with people that I developed a PowerPoint presentation. And I started going to libraries on Long Island at the time where I was living and central New York.
Mm-hmm.
And we would give, I would have a slideshow running while I spoke, and that the visual helped the kids, and a lot of the parents would sit in as well. And then they were able to ask questions, and we could demonstrate how to approach a dog. What's the first thing you do if you want to approach a dog you don't know? Uh,
Mm-hmm.
and it started to grow from there. And when I lost Piper, unfortunately, to cancer, I had gotten so many tributes to her on Facebook. And,
Mm-hmm.
we had gotten a citation from the mayor for the work we were doing with the community. And
Mm,
then
wow.
after that, that's when I came out with Piper, a Dog with a Mission, which
Mm-hmm.
talked about, where we had gone and the effect we had at the different libraries and boys and girls
Mm-hmm.
clubs and whatnot. And there's a very touching story in there that how she changed a 4 little girl who loved dogs,
Wow.
got attacked by a lab and was
Mm-hmm.
petrified, and just showed up at one of my presentations. And at the end, Piper had changed her back to
Mm-hmm.
loving dogs. So the 5-book series is recommended to read in order because this way you get all
Mm-hmm.
the information correct. And the other two, the Axxel one that we're doing today, this
Mm-hmm.
is really good for a second dog. But I'm looking forward to going to Chicago to the book festival there. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
so happy to be working with Reader's Magnet. And, this is my chance to get, my dream is to get my
Mm-hmm.
books across the country so that
True.
we can really cut down on the dog bites to where,
Yes.
because they do so much for kids that are only an only child.
Mm-hmm.
There's so much company. My first dog I was 6 months old. She was 3. We
Mm-hmm.
grew up together. I had no brothers and sisters. Like I said, latchkey kid and one parent. And she was everything to me, and that you need that. And there's
Mm-hmm.
sometimes just to have them come next to you, they sense your emotions, the amazing things they do with service dogs. It's just, people need to be educated, especially for their kids, so we can get the dog bites out of the way
Mm-hmm.
and have dogs that can be taken, to the park without worrying if another dog is going to come around or if they're going to not be used to being around children or things like that. But they
Mm-hmm.
definitely add to our life. And I'm so happy that Piper was my inspiration for this because
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I am doing something that is
Yes.
necessary. So
Yes. it's already impacting community as well. And I love
Yeah.
how you tell the story. All right. Mariah Leal, everybody, get your copy of Axxel the Ambassador, Piper Gets a Baby Brother, available on her website. That's www.mariahlealauthor.com. And she will be with us at the Chicago book event this September 12 and
Yes.
13. And she will be there. She will be telling stories as well. So if you want to have a copy of her book as well, she will be there. She can tell you the story. You can have a copy and grab a copy as well, again, on her website. That's www.mariahlealauthor.com. So, all right, Mariah, thank you for your time. I
Oh,
had
thank
such a
you.
fun time with you here at RM Hive. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you for having me. I really enjoyed it.
Yes. And guys, let's open the pages and unravel the secrets of your personal odyssey. And I believe that your ink never runs dry. So go tell your story, storyteller. This is your host, Revan. And as we say it here at Readers Magnet, we share your story with the world. Bye for now. Stay awesome.